What's going on, everybody? My name is Dylan Barretto. I'm here with the Trash Man, Muslim Goku Lagoon, and you are here for episode number 3 of Jump Shot Therapy.
Hey, what's going on, guys? We got a fun episode today. A lot has happened within the past 2 weeks. Last podcast, the NBA draft just ended, and the Summer League didn't even start yet. So now that the Summer League is basically done, we're just going to review a couple things, couple trades, free agent signings, and yeah. So I just want to jump into the draft, the Summer League. You were right about Trae Young.
Told you, he's a bum.
That boy, dude.
He's had a couple good games.
2 games.
He's had 2 good games where he's
24
dropping buckets and making a lot of shots. But Homeboy's a bum. If you play defense on him, he's a bum. He gets soaked up. He gets stopped. If you not only say smother him, if you just play a little resistance on him, put a body
put a hand on him or something.
Put a hand out. He's easy to guard. I don't understand why everybody's having problems just letting him do whatever he wants.
And his assist to turnover ratio is horrendous.
Like, he's got a good eye for passing, but it's like if you
small.
if you make that his only weapon, he's gonna be out of the league in like 2 years.
Yeah,
you can't.
I don't see him going past his rookie contract.
Excuse me. I don't see him going past. I wouldn't say going past the rookie contract. He'll still be on the team and he'll still get some money because shooters are valuable. Yeah. But
so you think it'd be like an AI, like a small one, but play the 2, just spot on?
I don't think he'll ever play the 2. I think he'll play the 1 always.
But play off ball.
He'll play off ball as a 1, and he'll play on teams with primary ball handlers. So I could easily in like 5-6 years see him coming off the bench in Philly. Yeah. While Ben Simmons is still primarily handling the ball.
Yeah, that's true.
Like teams like that, or like. Throw him down the road with LeBron if LeBron's going to play until he's 40. Yeah. Like stuff
LeBron's
like that.
playing with his son. I'm going to say that now.
Yeah. I think he opts out and he plays a year wherever his son gets drafted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, because his son won't be technically drafted until after the 4th year is up anyway.
Yeah, unless
that 4th year from his contract.
Well, he can do the 3rd year if the one and done's going.
Yeah, probably the one and done will be. And I think they're going to lower the age to 18, I think.
Yeah, they're going to do
There's a lot of things at the next CBA that they're talking about. Adam Silver talked about over the Summer League. Another player I want to talk about, I'm not sure if Dylan knows, Wendell Carter Jr. He's going to be really good. I saw a couple of his videos. Lonnie Walker, I'm comparing him to the rookie Kawhi, simply because they put up similar numbers in the Summer League.
Summer League ain't shit, though.
But I have a feeling under Coach Pop, he's going to do well.
Pop's a good coach. Yeah. The only problem is he's only going to have Pop for 2 years.
Yeah, Pop is done after.
His development's going to get stunted from there.
Because I think Pop said once his contract is up, he's done. And then he's just going to coach USA basketball until whatever.
He dies.
Yeah. And then DeAndre Ayton. Man amongst boys. Man.
He's good. He told you, he's going to be a top 5 center in this league at some point. If he focuses primarily on defense this year and letting his buckets come to him, he will be a complete problem. Yeah. Because the one thing this league needs is a big who can play defense, who get his. Yeah.
Who can play defense on the perimeter.
Play defense in general. Yeah. A big who could play defense, a 5 who could guard anywhere 5 through 1. Yeah. On the perimeter and down low, if he puts a focus on that, and then he'll get his buckets, he's going to be what happens when Hassan Whiteside gets a jump shot. It's going to be very scary, except Hassan Whiteside is a bitch when it comes to Joel Embiid. That's his kryptonite. But he could, I can see him and Joel Embiid going at it for years at that point. So,
but one thing I'm going to say right now is if DeAndre Ayton could average 16 points and at least 10 rebounds this season, he's getting Rookie of the Year automatically.
I don't think so.
Who do you think?
I don't think so. If Luka plays well, his numbers may not be the similar.
So kind of like Steve Nash and his MVP.
Exactly. His numbers may not be as flashy or high as Ayton's, but if he makes more of an impact, then I think he'd win that because that Dallas franchise is trash, and that Suns franchise has Devin Booker. Yeah. So Devin Booker's gonna take the majority of the spotlight. Yeah. Regardless, so Ayton's highlights may be stuck to here's a couple dunks, here's a dunk, here's a block, but his numbers may get put aside because he's not the main focal point like Luka will be.
But I think even coming into this draft, DeAndre Ayton was the noise, so there will probably be focus between him and Luka. But I think I want to say a week ago there was a projection who's going to be Rookie of the Year, and it was between Ayton and I forgot that. I think Bamba. They were saying
Bamba's going to be out of the league in 3 years.
Yeah, I don't like Bamba.
Bamba's going to be out of the league. I think I said this last week.
He needs to bulk up. He needs to bulk up.
I think I said this last podcast. He's Hasheem Thabeet 2.0. Like, especially after watching him do those one-on-ones with Embiid and Tatum. Mind you, Embiid is fucking scary, dude.
Yeah.
Embiid is probably 2 years away from being the best player in the NBA. Like, we're gonna
more
get
than AD.
Yes, I think so. I love Anthony Davis to every fiber of my being, but watching Joel Embiid guard Jason Tatum, who offensively is probably for his age,
it's 20 years old,
super pure, great footwork, can
his
get
jump
shots
shot
up
looks nice
everywhere, no matter where he is. Watching Joel Embiid's footwork on defense, how he shifted and slided, not even slided back, but his recovery time to go and actually play defense while Jason Tatum's fucking fading away 4 feet, practically at for the deepest two you can take before stepping back to a 3-point line. He played such good defense on this dude.
He did,
And I love Jason Tatum. I'm on record saying Jason Tatum could have won #1 regardless. Boston got him as a steal by wrecking another franchise. Sorry. Markelle Fultz is a bum. If Markelle Fultz gets a jump shot, he'll be very solid because in the games he played last year, the way he attacked the basket, he attacked the rim, he could be a solid. I wouldn't say D-Rose-ish, no. The only other person you can say has ever been D-Rose is Russell Westbrook.
That's true.
But Russell doesn't have the finesse that Rose does.
Yeah, he doesn't have that little...
If you had to do explosiveness for a player, for a point guard, they're a coin. Derrick Rose's heads and Westbrook is tails. Derrick Rose is finesse and flashy. Westbrook is aggressive and powerful. That's how I see that.
That's true. Yeah, that's a really good.
That's the only way I think. I just thought of that now, by the way. Y'all can take that. But Embiid, I'm sorry to take us off track, but watching that series of videos, Tatum is going to be the reason Kyrie leaves Boston. Because Kyrie left to go be his own man. Watching
Kyrie's not signing after this year. I hope because just like we're gonna get into, I'm gonna get into it now. Jimmy Butler declined that $110 million contract.
Brooklyn.
So because the thing is, Kyrie originally wanted to go to the Knicks, and Kyrie and Jimmy Butler are best friends, supposedly.
Besties.
So Dylan thinks Brooklyn, and I would love
that's
that.
me being biased. I know for a fact Kyrie will not be on the Celtics team just based off seeing what Jason Tatum did games 4 through 7 in the Cavaliers series. How when bum-ass Jaylen Brown, watching Jason Tatum play games 4 through 7, how he really took over the Celtics team on offense and defense when Jaylen Brown gets into foul trouble and he loses his confidence and all that stuff, which is why I also don't think he's a bum. Well, I don't think he's a great player. I think he's going to be incredibly average. I think he's a product of the system, but we'll talk about that later. But Jason Tatum is going to be the guy in a year. He's going to be the reason Kyrie leaves.
But
I don't think it's going to be out of any malice or anything like that. I think it's going to be Kyrie's
he just wasn't leaving general.
I didn't want to go to Boston to begin with. Boston's a great situation to win, but I can't be the guy I know I can be. Playing in Boston. But even if you went to New York, if you went to the Knicks, can he be the guy when Kristaps has been the New York guy since his first season?
But here's a projection. If both Butler and Kyrie goes, that New York squad is going to be scary. Because Kevin Knox, we forgot to talk about, that boy can fucking ball. He can ball. His jump shot is one of the best looking jump shots I've ever seen in my life.
I feel so bad for him because of the hate he got from Knicks fans. But it's
afterwards,
maybe the Knicks fans should just chill the fuck out for a minute. Every time you don't draft the person you want or get the person Knicks fans want, it's a fucking problem. I'm on record here saying that I would have taken Michael Porter Jr. And I fucking would have taken Michael Porter Jr. But the second best small forward in the draft was Kevin Knox. So it's a risk they weren't willing to take. Because Kristaps already won't play all season, so what's the point of having...
Kristaps projected not to come back till February.
And guess what? No point in playing him. Just let him sit, let him rest out. The Latvian gangbanger deserves some rest. Let him do his thing. Let him chill out. There's no point in... I guess they see it as wasting your draft pick for two players that may not play together or at all in their first respective seasons. But if Kyrie and Jimmy Butler go there, if Kyrie really wants to be the man, you can't.
No,
you can't.
But I don't think there's a team in the league where he can be the man besides the Magic. Brooklyn,
the Magic.
Brooklyn, if you get rid of Russell.
Well, D'Angelo Russell's good. We're not re-signing him. Brooklyn, the Magic, Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
I think he could be the man in. San Antonio, he could be the man in.
But seeing that he wouldn't have anything around him though. DeJounte Murray.
Do you think he cares?
Well, I mean,
he said the teams he wanted to go to in his list were Minnesota, San Antonio, the Knicks.
Knicks were number one.
The Knicks were on number one on his list. He's a Jersey kid. Mm-hmm. New York ties. It's right across the fucking bridge.
Yeah.
Granted, he said New York, the Knicks, but Brooklyn couldn't afford anything. So maybe with all of us and all this money we're about to move around, we're up there. But maybe that's just all this FS1 bullshit I'm taking in, all that good stuff.
I'm going to get into this crazy Nets stuff in about 5 minutes. But I just want to tell you guys the starting squad with the Knicks if Butler and Kyrie go. It's Kyrie at the 1, Butler at the 2, Knox at the 3, whoever at the 4, who cares?
Kristaps.
No, Kristaps will probably
He's a power forward.
All right, so Kristaps at the 4 and whoever the hell. Yeah, he did re-sign for 3 years.
Yes.
That's a nice starting squad. It's just a matter of their bench.
But they also have to afford it because they still got Joakim Noah's trash contract.
Yes, one more. This upcoming
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s trash contract.
It expires at the end of this year.
They got so much trash that they have to deal with Courtney Lee's contract.
Yeah, he's there for
They still got Trey Burke's contract. Emmanuel Mudiay.
They would have to move Mudiay and Ntilikina.
Good goodbye, Ntilikina sucks.
Yeah, I don't like Ntilikina at all.
Well, he's balling out in the summer league. I get he's the only guy in the last 3 years where the Knicks drafted him, and I'm just like, why? Why they really do it? Mm-hmm. And I still he's balling out right now. Him and Kevin Knox are playing real well, but Ntilikina needs to go. He's a bum.
He's out the league in a couple years.
He's out 2 years. Once his contract's up, I think he's out. I think he's out, but whatever. That's just me being the rough NBA fan that I am. If you're not if I don't see flashes of brilliance from you, I don't see anything from you. I don't know. I guess I'm just jaded and hurt. I'm just a jaded, hurt old man. But whatever.
So one thing we'll talk about that puts more flame to the fire that I hate, and I'm pretty sure you hate, a lot of people hate, is Boogie.
I would say so. I was super mad when this first happened, but now that I've thoued about it more,
he's a snake.
Well, all right. There's only one snake on that. That's KD.
No, they have 2.
No, so my original problem was, holy shit, they've got the best 5 in the league. He took literally no money, which I never thought a superstar would do. Would be take no money and go to the Warriors. But if people are pulling offers off the table and you're not really getting the offers you're looking for. The thing is,
Pelicans offered him a 2-year deal.
And then they pulled the offer back before the free agency. They offered him that at the end of the year. Or right when he got hurt, right before he got hurt.
No, it was during the free agency process.
And then they pulled their offer off the table.
I think that's because they're getting Julius Randle in there. Because Julius Randle was.
But they also only gave him a 2-year. They were only giving him a 2-year deal, not even close to the max. They were still. It was a good amount of money. They could afford it, but it wasn't a max.
Yeah, because it's freaking anybody with an Achilles is a risk. I don't care if you're a top 5 center. I don't care if you're number 1 center. If you go down with an Achilles, that's like a 1.5 year recovery.
But here's the thing: this deal that he got is a prove-it deal, which is a. Let's see if I can even mesh, because look at all the centers that the Warriors have had on the team for the last 5 years. They're all compared to what DeMarcus Cousins is, they're not offensively talented. They're hustle, trash, rebound guys. DeMarcus Cousins isn't that player. DeMarcus Cousins is arguably the most skilled offensive big man in the game.
I would say he is.
Defensively, kind of a liability. Does he hustle for his rebounds? Sometimes. He could get 20.
If it's within arm's reach.
If he could get 20 rebounds in a game. I'm not saying he can't, but is he as athletic as a JaVale McGee is?
No.
He's not.
He's hefty.
He's a little bulkier, he's a little heftier. Does he even fit into this system? I
think the problem with me is he's not going to play in a post with the Warriors. He's going to stay in the perimeter.
And I think he wants that. Like, for what it is, because at this point, he's probably not going to come back till halfway through the season.
Yeah.
If he's a terrible locker room guy, which he is prone to being, my prediction is I think Boogie gets traded.
Really?
Yeah. He's not making any money. So why...
That's an easy contract to let go.
It's an easy contract to dump. So if he doesn't work out in the locker room, if he's healthy and playing and he's not, like, fitting the system well, because him and Draymond are going to at some point butt heads.
There's going to be a lot of technical fouls.
There's going to be a lot of technical fouls.
And Kevin Durant got a lot of technical fouls.
KD is a fake tough guy, though.
Yeah.
But, like, if he doesn't fit into the system the way they need him to, because he's going to have to accept the smallest role, because...
I think he knows he has to, though.
Yeah.
Because of his Achilles.
But in order to play in that system, you got to run, you got to hustle, you got to play defense.
Yeah.
Is he going to do any of that? I don't think so.
Because I know for sure Kevin Looney's starting at the beginning of the season.
Well, yeah, there's no choice. There's really no choice. But until, like, we see what Boogie does, and if he's going to be a change in the locker room, I think he becomes a better player in the locker room because Steph Curry is apparently the world's best teammate, and everybody wants to go play with him. Like, if he doesn't mesh out, and it's, like, right before the trade deadline, which is right around All-Star break, he may be gone, and they may trade him for a more athletic center. Like, I think that's what's going to end up happening.
Who do you think is out right now that's athletic, an athletic center that's available?
I can't answer that for you right now. I have to really take a look.
The only one that I can say off the top of my head is Nerlens Noel, but he just inked the deal with the Thunder.
Yeah, and it wasn't even a big deal.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But maybe that's what needs to happen. Maybe they need to go get Nerlens Noel, take on Boogie's contract, and see how him and Russ work.
Yeah.
Him and Paul George work. Like, that would be a good trade, but do you make that trade if you're in the Warriors front office? Do you trade him in the West, or you try to dump him out East?
Yeah.
Like, Danny Ainge loves fleecing people, but will Danny Ainge trade one of his young guys to get Boogie on a cheap deal when he could possibly get him in free agency?
I mean...
Or will you send him to the Knicks? Will you send him to the Pacers, who could probably use an extra little bit of fire down there with Oladipo and have Miles Turner come off the bench? Like, there's a lot of different scenarios that play out to where Boogie, I don't think, finishes the season with Golden State.
Really? I think he went to the Warriors just for the ring itself.
The move itself, I get it. You're pissed off at the league for not giving you what you think you deserve, so you tell your agent to go call Golden State Warriors front office and say, I'll play on the vet minimum, or the mid-level exception.
Yeah.
That's probably everybody else in the league's fault for not even calling him.
Yeah.
Because if he would have gotten at least one, like, real offer, he probably wouldn't be in Golden State right now. He'd probably be somewhere else.
Yo, you know who went to the Bucks where I'm surprised?
Who?
Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
Listen to the Bucks.
Well, Jason Kidd's not there, so...
Yeah, I know, but there's a contract. There was, like, a biannual option. I've never heard of this contract before, ever. So it was like Brook Lopez signs for the Bucks for a 2-year biannual option.
So...
It's like, I think they only pay him twice throughout the season or something. It was weird.
I don't know. I'd have to look into that.
So, yeah, the Bucks...
But I think it's a solid fit. They don't have a center.
Yeah, they don't. They don't have a pure center. Because Henson is too bony.
They don't have a center. The only problem with Lopez is he doesn't rebound.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for boards, Brook is not your guy.
That's you're gonna have to get someone to help him get
Brick
boards.
Lopez down there. He's not gonna get no boards.
And so I want to combine two things at once.
Okay.
So Melo's gonna definitely get bought out this summer.
Yeah.
100% gonna get bought out. Probably right before the season starts. So the 2 or 3 places he's projected to go is the Rockets, the Lakers, or Heat. A lot of people saying the Rockets, just because Chris Paul. You remember the Banana Boat brothers, right? Or
yes.
the Banana Boat thing. The thing is, Melo wasn't even on that boat.
Yeah.
So a lot of people say they say like LeBron and Dwayne Wade are best friends and da. But they say LeBron's real best friend is Chris Paul.
Yes.
Everybody's real best friend is Chris Paul. So but the thing is, Melo and LeBron kind of grew up competing against each other. So me personally, off my bias, I would like to see him in the Lakers, but there's no room for him.
I think there's room for him.
There's too many wings.
Brandon Ingram needs to go. Brandon Ingram needs to go. He doesn't get it. He just does not get it. You want to know who gets it? Kyle Kuzma gets it.
Yeah.
Kyle Kuzma comes in the league averaging, 15 plus points already?
16, yeah.
You know how many points Brandon Ingram averaged in his first season?
8.
Yes! Get him all the way the fuck out of here.
Kobe averaged 7.
I don't give a fuck. How many points did Brandon Ingram average in his second year? 12?
Yeah, 12.
In his third year, what is he, finally at 15?
No, not even.
Yeah. Guess who's finally at 15? In his first year, Kuzma.
But the thing is, that also goes into your thing about staying in college longer.
Yeah. Thank you. Get your real body going. Mm-hmm. Stay in college a little bit longer. Go play overseas in like a real league and not fucking Lithuania, LeVar Ball. Go fucking play against adults. Let your body mature and grow. Get into the league.
No, he averaged 16 this year.
Yeah, he averaged 16 points. Yeah. Kyle Kuzma averaged 15 plus points this year in his rookie year. Mm-hmm. Maybe this is me being fucking crazy, but get that skinny motherfucker the fuck all the way out. Get him all the way out of LA.
Somebody say he looks like a 2K player that's.
He looks like Wiz Khalifa before he started doing MMA.
Yeah, he bulky and shit.
Get him all the fuck. Wiz Khalifa beat my ass. Brandon Ingram is a fucking twig. Yeah. Get him all the way the fuck out of here. Like, I'm not saying skinny people can't play basketball because Kevin Durant's the fucking Slim Reaper, but Brandon Ingram just doesn't get it. And guess whose growth is going to get stunted with LeBron there? Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, that's true.
You're going to start Brandon Ingram at the fucking 2? No, you're not.
He's coming off the bench.
He's going to come off the bench. You know who should be switched right the fuck into the starting lineup? Fucking Kyle Kuzma.
So do you think LeBron plays a 4, Kuzma plays a 3?
No, I think Kuzma has the big enough body to play the 4. Kuzma's got a post game. Kuzma can ball out. Mm-hmm. Like the biggest steal in this prior draft, not this year's draft, last year's draft, was Kuzma.
Yeah. Right.
And that was our pick. Fuck. I love getting rid of Brook Lopez. I hate not getting Kyle Kuzma. Yeah. I don't. It's a toss up. Yeah. But like the two best players to come out of that draft are Kuzma and Tatum.
And Mitchell.
Well, let's talk about forwards. Let's talk about wings. Okay. Let's talk about wings. How about that? Kuzma and Tatum. The only two differences in their game, I think Tatum has better footwork on the perimeter and has a silky smooth jump shot.
Yeah, this is sexy.
Kuzma has a better body and has a better all-around game from top of the key to under the basket. Yeah. I think Tatum, when he drives, is fiercer, but I think if Kuzma gets you in some type of position to put himself back to the basket, you're a little more danger there. Yeah. He can put in a little more work. He also has that baby jump hook that you don't really see too many forwards even do anymore. Yeah. So him being able to stretch and have the body on him, they're going to be two very interesting players to see down the road. But Ingram's got to go. Yeah. If Melo's going to go to the Lakers, Ingram has to go.
Where does Ingram go? Or where do the Lakers trade him to? Or they can't release him?
Oklahoma.
So you think there should be a trade?
Well, Oklahoma's not going to directly buy him out. They cannot. They can't afford to do that.
Just like Dwight. Dwight was owed $23 million. He took a $5 million buyout.
Is Melo going to take that? No, he's not. Melo's not going to take that. So you need to get Melo to either waive his no trade clause, or you need to get Melo
at least like 10
or get help from another team,
like a 3-way.
Not even a 3-way. Let him trade you, or like agree on some type of buyout where Oklahoma can pay X amount, but you have to sign with this team and they will pay the rest. Yeah. That's the type of buyout they're going to have to deal while signing on a vet minimum.
That's what Darren Williams, I think, did.
Yes. Yeah. While signing a vet minimum contract because they're also going to be partially paying out your buyout. That's the only way I see Melo going to the Lakers. Melo to Houston should not happen.
Why not? Because they lost P.J. Tucker and Trevor Ariza.
No, P.J. Tucker's still there.
No, P.J. Tucker went to, where did he go? But no, P.J. Tucker definitely went out. Trevor Ariza signed a 1-year, $15 million deal, which is crazy.
The Suns.
Yeah. But that's gonna be pretty. But PJ Tucker played on the Suns the year before, right? I think so. So I know.
He's still on he hasn't signed anywhere.
He hasn't signed anywhere yet?
PJ Tucker is still on the Rockets.
Still on the Rockets?
Yeah, he wasn't up for free agency. Trevor Ariza is on the Suns.
Yeah, Trevor. That's what I meant to say. My bad.
Trevor Ariza is on the Suns.
Trevor Ariza, 1-year, $15
I also don't think the Rockets are even going to compete this year. I think the Rockets get bumped to the second round.
You think they're out?
Yeah, I think they're out. Losing Trevor Ariza is too much.
If they lose PJ Tucker, they're first round.
Yes, because they have no defense. They have no grit. PJ Tucker's a solid defender, but remember when PJ Tucker was LeBron stopper in Toronto? That didn't fucking happen. Yeah. So get him out of there. Like, he's useless against LeBron. Having Trevor Ariza and PJ Tucker on the court at the same time.
Creates havoc.
It's not even just creates havoc. It's you keep throwing different options at LeBron or whoever.
And Trevor Ariza could shoot.
And Trevor Ariza could shoot. PJ Tucker could shoot too. But Melo is a black hole on offense.
He's a black hole.
And on defense, he's abysmal. He doesn't play it.
Yeah.
So why would you go to a run gun? Like, granted, not many players on that team play defense anyway. But the style of basketball they play, that is not Carmelo Anthony. Mm-hmm. Carmelo Anthony is ISO, give me the ball on the block when we go to work. He's not I'm going to trail behind, I'm going to run to the corner, I'm going to pop a three, I'm going to become a spot-up shooter. Yeah. That's not Carmelo. And he's a terrible spot-up shooter. So why the hell would he go there? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, great, play with my best friend Chris Paul, blah, blah, blah. Great. Whatever, that's not going to happen. Go to L.A., fix your marriage. And Miami... There's really no point to go to Miami right now. No. Miami is.
If he goes to Miami, it's just for the money.
It's literally just for the money and to play with Wade for probably one more season.
I think Wade is out.
Wade needs to retire.
Yeah, I think this is it. Like
I thought Wade was going to retire this year. It still can happen, but at this point, I don't think it's going to happen.
Because did you hear the rumor that Chris Bosh was going to come out of retirement? I mean, try to get cleared so he could play with LeBron.
I would love Chris Bosh to come out. But the problem with him retiring, he's still under contract with the Heat.
Yeah.
The Heat still own his rights. He would have to get bought out. Mm-hmm. And, that's the only reason the Heat have any type of money is because of the way the injury thing worked. Yeah. Unless there's something I don't know about, if you come out of retirement and you play, I know football, think it's similar to
it's similar to the way Marshawn Lynch when he came out.
Yeah, I know in football, it's if you retire, if Calvin Johnson came out of retirement right now, he can't just sign with any team. He's got to go back to the Lions. I don't know how that works in basketball for sure. I'm going to assume it's going to be the same way. But Pat Riley probably is hoping that he doesn't have to do that because that's a good chunk of change that you have to dish out because they gave Bosh a max that year. Yeah. And it's still not compared to what the max is this year. I think then was 5 years, 110 mil. Yeah. But that's still a good amount of money to just dish out to somebody who you don't want to play there. But I don't know. Melo, the smartest place for Melo to go is just try to go to LA and do something because LA is not going to compete this year. No. They'll probably get to the second round and dump out, but I don't see it happening.
Because I still think Kawhi goes to the Lakers no matter what. Even if he doesn't play this year or something happens, he's a free agent next year no matter what, no matter where he goes.
Well, we said the same thing about Paul George and something happened. My biggest fear for Kawhi Leonard is if he gets traded, that team has influence.
But I have a feeling Kawhi is more stubborn than Paul George. I think
Kawhi's team is more stubborn than Paul George's team. Because Kawhi clearly is You never heard anything from Kawhi up until his uncle or family friend or whatever.
His uncle's his manager,
Yeah, so the only reason his uncle's pushing for this is because he gets paid more when Kawhi gets paid more and pushes him.
Yeah, but if Kawhi stays, he gets the Supermax, $205 million.
Yeah, but guess who doesn't get any other real endorsement deals? He's a Jordan Brand player, and I bet you didn't even know it.
Yeah, no, I do know that.
I know, but most players or people, fans, didn't even know he's a Jordan Brand basketball player.
He's about to get his own shoe.
And guess I didn't even know that.
You didn't even know that?
I didn't even know that, and I'm up on this shit.
Yeah, it's called the Claw.
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
I didn't even know that. Yeah. But guess where it would make more sense for him to get exposure in any other big market in the fucking country. And guess who makes more money with more shoes they sell? His uncle, because that's his agent, his manager. Yeah, so I think that's why he's pushing for this.
The contract they compared Paul George's and Kawhi. Kawhi's only getting $500,000 a year for his Jordan contract. Paul George is getting $2.5 million.
Yeah. Well, Indiana is also a little bit larger of a market than fucking San Antonio is, but it's the way he is, and it's he's not marketable.
No,
he's not. So you gotta put him in a big market.
Yeah, he's too quiet.
He's gonna make money.
I mean, to be where he's at. But I think Giannis's shoes are coming out. I think he's gonna release them in August. Giannis's shoes.
Giannis is marketable. Mm-hmm. Milwaukee's not a great market dude, but he's a good-looking dude. Yeah, He's not scared to be active on social media. He's in commercials.
He's funny as shit, too.
He's the 2K cover athlete. Yeah. If you can't market the fucking 2K cover athlete, the best-selling basketball game fucking ever, then I don't understand what's wrong with you. Yeah. And I don't understand what's wrong with your agents. Yeah. Because the Greek Freak shoe is going to be crazy. It's not going to sell.
No.
Because
unless it looks
it looks fucking fantastic, it's not going to sell. Yeah.
Even Paul George's shoes, I think they're ugly.
Forward shoes don't sell. Yeah, you know whose shoes sells? Guards. Yeah. That's why Jordans are so popular. That's why Kyrie's shoes are fucking amazing. Yeah. Kyrie's shoes sell.
They're nice looking too.
Sell.
One thing I like about Kyrie's shoes is how creative he is with the shoes too.
They're comfortable too.
I like those what are the police tape ones? I forgot what they're called.
I don't know what they're called, but I understand what you're saying.
And then he had the school bus ones. Those are pretty fire. The wheat ones are fire.
He had the Bruce Lee ones. That's a throwback to the Kobe Bruce Lee shoes.
Oh yeah, I did see
those. Are fire. Those are fire.
Yeah.
Kyrie's got a good team around him for sneakers, but Kyrie's also marketable except for the fucking Earth is flat thing.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. That's the quick way to get me off the fucking rails, man. Fuck that shit. If you think the Earth is flat, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, you are.
There are some people who think there's a fucking ice wall at the end of it. You're dumb.
What?
You're dumb. I've heard that. It's fucking stupid.
They say, what's that anime again? The one with Gun?
Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah, we get Hunter x Hunter. There's like an Earth and the outside is like a bigger world and stuff like that.
No, they don't even say that. They just say, oh, the only thing preventing us from falling off the side of the Earth is a fucking ice wall that never melts. Get the fuck out of here. I'm over that shit. Fuck out of here. Melo the Lakers.
Let's see the Lakers. Let's see. And then the Eastern Conference is wide open. Who do you think first off, who do you think is the best team in the East now? I think it's the Sixers. But who do you think is in the Eastern Conference Finals this year?
Toronto and Philly.
Toronto and Philly?
People keep forgetting that there's these teams in the Eastern Conference that will shit on a lot of teams. The only problem is they ran into the LeBrons. That's it. That is it. Everyone's like, oh, Boston this, Boston that. Toronto will match up well with Boston in every facet, especially their bench.
So you don't think Boston and
No, I don't. I don't think Boston makes it this year. Call me crazy. Call me the fucking crazy I hate Boston sports guy. I actually have a shit ton of respect for the Boston Celtics. And Jason Tatum, like I said at the beginning of this podcast, is one of my favorite players. I don't think they figured it out. I don't think Jaylen Brown is confident enough in his ability to play offense and defense. Like, defense, he's great. Offense, he still doesn't look like he knows what he's doing when he has the ball in his hands. That may be me being crazy or a fucking hater. Or whatever. Say what you want to say about it. But, like, when Jaylen Brown gets into foul trouble, he loses all confidence on the defensive end and the offensive end, and he's useless. He gets taken out of the game completely. If you look at the Milwaukee series, there were games where he was dropping almost 40. And then there was games where he only dropped like 9. It's super inconsistent because he loses confidence in himself and he doesn't understand what his role is 100%. Especially with Gordon Hayward coming back, Kyrie Irving coming back. Guess who's losing playing time? Jaylen Brown.
But do you still think Gordon Hayward is out before the season or mid-season?
Huh?
Do you still think Gordon Hayward is out beginning of the season? Like,
no,
he's going to get traded. No, you mean like he's going to get traded?
I thought if he was going to get traded, he would have gotten traded in the draft. He would have gotten traded already. They're not dumping that yet. But I think this is the year they understand that Gordon Hayward is going to stunt the growth of these two young guys, and you have to pay these guys.
How about Jaylen Brown moves down to the 2? Because I think they're more than likely going to lose Marcus Smart. He's still in the restricted free agent market.
Well, so Jaylen Brown moves to the 2, so you're going to have all your best players in the starting 5 and have a trash bench?
He could come off the bench.
What's the role? You're going to have him be your main offensive weapon off the bench? He doesn't have the skill set for that. He's he's a great 3-and-D guy, but sometimes he thinks he can create his shot in a different way. Granted, he's training with Tracy McGrady, who's my favorite player, so that makes me like Jaylen Brown a little bit more. But, like, I don't think he has it in his offensive repertoire to do it. So I think the biggest question mark on Boston is Jaylen Brown. Is he going to be consistent? How is he going to come into this? Is he going to accept his diminished role with Gordon Hayward and Kyrie coming back? Is he going to accept that he's not going to be getting the same touches he was getting when Rozier was his point guard, where Jason Tatum was the number 1 offensive option?
And the thing is, I think when Kyrie leaves, Rozier starts. I'm a fan of Rozier.
I'm not.
I love his team.
I think Rozier had a great series against a team that
tried to look even when Kyrie was out, he was doing really, really well.
No, he was doing well. I'm not saying he wasn't, but the only reason he did so well in that Bucks series is because the Bucks thought they were going to blow these Celtics away, and they overlooked it. So Eric Bledsoe got torched. If you look at the next round, what did Rozier do? Not much. He went from being a superstar that first series to me like, oh, he's about to get paid his next contract. He's playing real well. He could be a superstar to, oh, no, that was a flash in the pan. He's like really average. And then in the Cleveland series, where the fuck was Rozier?
No, he showed up a little bit, though.
Like
2-3 games.
You can't show up 2-3 games if you're going to be the guy. If you're going to be the guy running the show. That's not how that works. There's a couple question marks for me for Boston, so I'm not going to give it to Boston.
So it's Philly, Toronto.
I think Philly, Toronto. I think Indiana can show up. Indiana getting Tyreek Evans is such a good signing.
Oh yeah,
that's a better Lance Stevenson.
Oh yeah, Tyreek Evans is really under. I love Tyreek. I was always
he just can't shoot, but neither could Lance. So like he attacks the basket in a better way than Lance does. He's a bit more aggressive. He's a better playmaker than Lance. Yeah. Okay, I mean they're probably similar on the board of playmaking. I think Lance is a great playmaker.
He's more flashy.
He's finesse as fuck.
Yeah.
But I think Oladipo should be able to get some help. Like I said, maybe they make a trade for Boogie. Maybe they do something. Maybe if they get Oladipo some help, they can come out of the East. They can be strong.
You know who's my sleeper in the East?
Who?
Wizards.
I'm so over the Wizards. I've been on the Wizards for years when they were the Wiz kids and they're all young, but they just can't get out of the first round. There's no point in them being there. Wall is great, Beal's great. Otto Porter shouldn't have gotten the money he got.
I like who's the other dude that I like?
Kelly Oubre Jr.
Is it Kelly?
He's a herb.
No, I was talking about Elliott. No, I was talking about Porter. Yeah. I love Porter.
I don't love Porter.
I like Dwight coming in.
Porter got paid to do nothing.
Dwight is a huge upgrade over Gortat.
Yeah, but is he going to be able to compete? He's also one of those locker room guys where he's just going to get bullied by John Wall.
Here's the thing: I don't care about the locker room. Even you might, but I care what happens on the floor.
But the locker room plays into that.
Yeah, I know it does. But like the thing is, like people be like, "Oh, Dwight is washed." I had last night we had a reunion stream for the NBA Live stream team, and they were bashing Dwight Howard. I said even with the back injury, Dwight averaged 17 and 13. Even last year, 17. That's pretty good numbers. That's only 5 to 6 points less than Orlando Dwight. And the thing is, Orlando Dwight is different than Dwight now. He was more athletic back then. But if you when you use your athleticism, you lose your athleticism. You have to develop different things. Dwight Howard definitely developed the mid range.
No, he did not really. He's still a bum.
Like he's been knocking him down more.
I'll let him shoot all those.
And I'll let him shoot
20%. I'm okay.
And then his free throws are up.
Yeah, those are up. I'll give him that. That's the only thing he should have been.
And his his dribbling ability is up.
Dribbling ability doesn't mean anything if you're back to the basket center.
Yeah, but if you face up, you can do a lot of damage.
He's not going to face up. Like I said, I'll let Dwight do all that. Dwight's game isn't evolved to the point where he's going to be able to really start knocking
17
down
and
shots.
13 is an impact. Even he's
it
not
is,
Orlando.
But he also was playing on a shitty Charlotte team where he had to be the smart kid in the dumb class.
But even when he was in the Lakers, he averaged 18 and 14. And that's pretty good.
Well, that team was trash and old as fuck. Like
even with his back injury, he still did this.
Yeah, but here's the thing: all you had in that Laker team was really Kobe.
Yeah.
Because Powell was old, a hurt Kobe, an old as fuck Steve Nash, and a Pau Gasol who's going to be Pau Gasol, who can't really move like that. So Dwight had to do something, and if Dwight's not doing those numbers, then Dwight needs to get the fuck out of the league. My problem with Dwight on the Wizards is, on paper, they have a great five.
Oh, and Jeff Green came too. Jeff Green is
on paper. They have a great team. The problem is, how do they coexist? Yeah. Dwight's great at the pick and roll, but since you know Dwight's only going to be playing the pick and roll, and
Gortat did the same thing. Gortat is one dimensional, but I think Dwight is more. I think Dwight has more capabilities than Gortat.
I wouldn't let Gortat shoot a mid-range jumper over Dwight. I know Gortat's a better mid-range shooter than Dwight is. So at least Gortat can kind of do a pick and pop. If I'm a team playing the Wizards in the playoffs and I know John Wall is a streaky three-point shooter and Dwight's only going to pick and roll, I can live with that.
Yeah.
I can really live with that. Like, I like the Wizards, but I don't see them getting past the first round really ever. Just the way how physical the East is. Yeah. I think Milwaukee gets better. Milwaukee gets out of the first round. If Milwaukee runs in the Wizards, Milwaukee trounces the Wizards. Yeah. That's a fact. If Toronto runs in the Wizards, they're out.
Yeah.
Boston runs in the Wizards, they're out. Philly runs in the Wizards, they're out. I just named five teams.
And you have two left.
Yeah. And you only have two left, and the Wizards are one of them, so you only have one team.
No, I'm excluding the Wizards is two left.
Yeah, two left. Who else gets into the playoffs, though? That's where it's like, you don't really know.
Indiana? Did you say?
I said Indiana already. Indiana beats the Wizards. Boston beats the Wizards. Philly beats the Wizards. Toronto beats the Wizards.
The Wizards
and Milwaukee beats the Wizards.
So it's 5, 6, 7, 8.
5, 6. There's 2 teams left.
So 6 Wizards, 7 and 8. Who would beat?
I don't know. We still have to see how that's going to plan out. But
can you put the Nets in?
No, I'm not. I'm trying not to. We're going to tank. Number 1 pick.
Because now I'm going to go into the Nets. The Nets made some...
Our roster's trash anyway, so we better not make the playoffs.
We made some crazy-ass...
Maybe Charlotte makes the playoffs this year.
Nah, they don't.
Maybe Charlotte makes the playoffs.
Kemba Walker's out.
Maybe Chicago makes the playoffs.
Oh, speaking of Chicago, Jabari Parker, 2-year, $20 million deal. No, $40 million deal. Second year is a team option. So
that's a solid signing for them.
Okay, and I predicted that a while ago. And then Isaiah Thomas to the Nuggets.
I told y'all that he was either going to not play in the league or he was going to sign with some minimum contract, and he did the latter, signed with the minimum contract. So nobody's going to back up the dump truck for that guy. You're not going to pay a 5'9" guy to come off your bench because he's not going to be a starter in this league ever again, unless he went to Orlando and Orlando was like, we're stupid and we want to give you money. It's not going to happen.
And the thing is, Mike Malone coached him in the Washington team in college. So Jeremy Lin got traded to the Hawks.
Yep.
And then we picked up...
that's a quietly good move.
Yeah.
Because Trae Young's a bum.
And then we traded Isaiah Whitehead. Surprise! I'm a fan of Whitehead just because the Cyclone. Oh my God! I'm saying if Isaiah Whitehead on the right team, or if he plays in Europe, he's gonna kill it. But we traded Isaiah Whitehead to Denver for Kenneth Faried, which I'm a fan of. I don't like Darrell Arthur.
No, he's a bum.
And a 2019 protected first-round pick, which is protected from 1 to 12. So, which is not bad at all.
So we get anything 13 or higher.
Yeah, 13 or higher.
They're a playoff team, so
yeah,
they'll be in the playoffs this year.
So most likely
Minnesota doesn't make the playoffs this year, calling it now. But the Kenneth Faried I thought was a great trade.
And this is a contract year.
It's a contract year, so we're just clearing up more cap space.
Yeah, next
season, the next season, I guarantee there's only be 2 people that are on this team, and Kenneth Faried will be one of them.
Because I think we decided not to resign. We decided not to offer Russell a contract. So we did the qualifying offer, which is $7.9 million, and we signed Denzel Musa, our first-round pick, for 4 years, $9 million, and then our second-round pick, I can't pronounce his name, for 4 years, $7 million, which is crazy. And then
cheap contracts.
Yeah, cheap contracts.
I don't really care for them as people because I haven't seen them. Maybe that'll change during the season, whatever. But all the moves that you can make to clear up tons of cap space, I'm totally a fan of.
I think after this season, we could sign 2 maxes.
I think, that's actually accurate. But I think the only 2 people that are still on this team next year are going to be Dinwiddie and Faried.
No, I think LeVert stays.
I don't think LeVert stays.
I love LeVert. And then LeVert definitely stays. And
I don't think the organization...
Dinwiddie leaves just because if we sign Kyrie... Hypothetically, if we sign Kyrie, Dinwiddie's on.
Well, actually, it'll be Shabazz. We just signed Shabazz for 2 years.
Yeah, also we just got Shabazz for 2 years.
So Dinwiddie will be gone.
And we have Ed Davis coming off the bench.
Whatever.
Alan Crabb. We have.
Oh, and Jared Allen's still under contract.
Yeah, Jared. I'm a fan of Jared. Jared Allen. I'm gonna say it now. Within the next 3 to 4 years.
No.
He's gonna be top 5 center.
Not.
Top 5 center.
No, he's not.
Promise.
He's a one-dimensional center.
No, he plays defense and offense.
One-dimensional.
He has a mid-ranger. He's getting his 3-point up. His post game is good.
All right, Hassan Whiteside.
And he has he led the rookies. He was in all out of non-rookies. He was number 8 in blocks a game.
Great.
Which is good.
Guess what? There aren't many in the league anymore.
Well,
shot blockers. So that's all he is a shot blocker.
But for a rookie, that's good.
Great. Fantastic.
For a 19-year-old?
Great. Fantastic. If we're just going to keep doing a scope off of how young he is, great. But how's he going to transition in this league?
But if he's doing that good at this age and he's only going to get stronger, that's going to be good.
Great. He's not a NBA center right now. The way the NBA centers are, he's not one of them. And if he doesn't fix it in the next 2 years, he's gone.
I think he will. I see
you don't pay shot blockers anymore. You get a JaVale McGee contract. You don't you don't pay big men to not be 3-point shooters in the league anymore. Look at all the good centers in this league. What do they do great at a young age?
Rebound.
Not just rebound. They have a full offensive game by the time they're fucking 22.
But he has a mid-range game and he has a post game.
Guess what? 2 things aren't shit in the NBA as a center anymore: the mid-range and the post game. So why does it matter?
He's getting a 3. I think he shot 28% from 3 last year, and you can only get that up.
Great. If he's going to be a top 5 center in the league, I will give you $300. How about that? You guys hear it here right now. Because in case y'all didn't know this, he's the fucking trash man. He loves fucking trash. He loves trash. He loves garbage. Like, I don't dislike Jarrett Allen. I understand what his ceiling is, and I understand what a player is, and I'm not loyal to anybody because it's a business at the end of the day. I'm loyal to the logo. Yeah. I'm loyal to the arena. Yeah. I'm loyal to the owners. That's who I'm loyal to. I don't put any loyalty or anything into these players because I know tomorrow they could be gone. Yeah. The last player I was loyal to ended up fucking me hard. Sorry, Darren Williams. But love you, but you fucked me. Yeah. But I don't show any loyalty to any players. I'm loyal to the jersey. I'm loyal to the logo. I'm loyal to the brand. I'm loyal to the team.
I'm loyal to the Nets, but like if I'm
you are loyal to a bunch of garbage players. Remember Terrence Williams? You loved him.
I loved him.
You absolutely loved him. What is his big ass doing? Nothing. Nothing. You were loyal to Marshawn Brooks. What is he doing? Nothing.
He's getting buckets in Memphis.
Memphis, great. Where are they going? His buckets are really doing well. He's really going to bring them playoffs with his buckets. Get the fuck out of here.
He just gets buckets. That's all that matters.
All those buckets are meaningless. Meaningless buckets. That's all they are. All the buckets that go into the basket for Marshawn Brooks have and always will be garbage buckets. Because his buckets aren't going to win you a game. They are not. Sorry.
Yeah, they're going to be ass this year.
Yeah, they're going to be trash. They're going to be trash. They're always going to be trash. Next team, Jarrett Allen, good young player. I think that's where it stops. That's his ceiling. Good young player. The second he hits 25, nobody's going to want to really have him on his team. He's just going to be there as a backup center. He's going to be Robin Lopez. That's, I think...
That's above average. That's about average.
No, that is average. Don't ever call Robin Lopez above average. Because Brooke was above average.
Yeah, Brooke,
Robin is a solid center. That's all Jarrett Allen will ever be, will be a solid center. I don't see anything more than that. That's just me being the seer of talent that I am for these last 20 years I've been watching basketball. He ain't shit.
Well,
he ain't shit.
How old were you when you first started watching basketball?
I was young. I really did. I was watching basketball for the early 2000s, but I really didn't get back into basketball for anywhere from 2006 to 2008.
Like me, I first started watching basketball in 2001, but I didn't get into actual playing until 2003.
Yeah, I didn't really like the...
my favorite player was Elton Brand.
Yeah, you're trash, dude. That's where this trash man stuff comes from.
No, the Clippers Elton Brand.
Yeah, I know the Clippers Elton Brand. If you like any other Elton Brand, there's a problem. If you like 76ers Elton Brand, there's a fucking problem. Come on now.
At the time, the Clippers was my first favorite team.
I'm so sorry.
With Elton Brand, Chris Kaman, Coutinho.
Chris Kaman, the child rapist. That dude is scary.
Baron Davis.
Scary. I love Baron Davis.
That was my first team I ever liked. But
Corey Maggette.
Yeah. But the weirdest signing happened today. Channing Frye to the Cavs. That was weird as fuck. I don't know why.
I think that was just a legacy play.
A legacy play?
Yeah, because he was on that team that won a ring. He's a good locker room dude. He's a good vet. He's a guy you want around young players. And right now, the Cavaliers have nothing but young players and Kevin Love. Yeah. And Tristan Thompson and J.R. Smith, who thinks he's a young player. Yeah. I think it's a good locker room.
What if it's not going to happen, but what if J.R. Smith just breaks out this year?
Good on him, man. Maybe J.R. Smith will start attacking the basket again. Haven't seen him drive and do a layup in fucking 8 seasons.
Yeah, for real.
Last time I saw him do anything was he was on the Knicks when he was catching those alley-oops. The Knicks tapes. When him and Shumpert were killing it. That's the last time he ever attacked the basket.
Last thing I want to talk about, kind of going back to this Lakers roster, with the Lakers re-signing JaVale McGee, which is kind of cool. Lance Stevenson, which I love because LeBron requested. He contacted Lance. It's yo, I need you on this team. But for me, the biggest one that a lot of people are overlooking that I love is Rajon Rondo.
Rondo. That is literally the best signing they could have made.
Yeah.
And, granted, the best signing they could have made would have been Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, all that stuff.
But this one...
For a basketball mindset, to have such a smart player, Rondo, he's going to be first ballot Hall of Famer. Yeah. Rondo's going to be a Hall of Famer the first year he's eligible. Rondo, besides LeBron James...
and LeBron have the best basketball minds.
Thank you. Besides LeBron James, he is the smartest player in all of basketball. the way he's able to understand playbooks, motions, screens, defensive tendencies, offensive tendencies, playbooks, coaches, little tendencies that guys on the bench do.
Yeah.
Rondo gets it.
Yeah.
Rondo is
so
a smart
having those
motherfucker.
two on that team.
Rondo's also going to be the guy that doesn't take any of LeBron's shit.
Yeah.
Rondo's going to be the only guy on that team that isn't going to let
straight.
LeBron big league him.
Yeah.
Because LeBron's going to be like, I'm LeBron James.
Yeah.
Rondo's like, excuse me? LeBron's like, who are you? Remember when we used to bump you in the playoffs? Remember when I would guard you and you wouldn't do anything? I think that's such a good move. I think Rondo on the court with LeBron gives LeBron an option to play off ball, which is going to be like Rondo and Lonzo.
I think if now that LeBron is playing off ball, he's going to get more buckets.
Yes.
The only thing that's going to go down is his assist numbers.
Guess what is going to be great for the league? They're going to see Showtime in a different manner, where it's not the 6'9" point guard running it. They're going to see Rondo and Lonzo off of rebounds, throwing the ball to LeBron, who's going to be already down the court. Remember last time that happened? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was just like Miami Heat LeBron when he was in his prime, like 26, 27,
points
28.
a game, 29 points a game,
Yeah. LeBron's going to get more buckets up. LeBron's more than likely to win MVP this year.
Yeah.
Sorry, world.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Yeah. Nobody else is going to win it. Sorry. It's not going to happen. The only person I see winning MVP, probably Joel Embiid. But that's not gonna happen. I think that's actually a strong possibility. If they get into a top 3 seed, Philly, Joel Embiid wins MVP. If the Lakers get to a 5 seed, LeBron wins MVP. Yeah. Because they haven't made the playoffs in so long, LeBron would be literally the single reason they make it to the playoffs.
I think the guy Shannon Sharp, who I love, said the Lakers are going to win 53 games.
Yeah, no, that's not. I would say I think they win closer to 60.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with this squad?
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like I'm being more realistic because I feel like you're the more realistic one at times. But this one, I'm gonna say like 50.
Why can't they win 60?
No,
why can't they? Okay, I said close to 60. So why can't they win 57 games?
I don't think so.
I think they don't make it to the top 3 in the West.
They don't make it to the top 3.
I think they can make it to a 5 seed. That's what I said. I think they make the 5 seed.
5 seed is like 53 wins though.
I think the 5 seed this year, the way these teams are stacking up, can be 57. Like, granted, there's a lot of young teams in the West that they can get trounced, that LeBron can just destroy. Like I said, Houston probably takes a couple steps back. I think
Houston stays number 2.
I don't think so.
Stays number 1.
I don't think so. I think Golden State stays number 1. I think Houston drops down to 6.
Nah.
I think they drop to 6 because they lose Trevor Ariza.
Lose 2, 3, 4.
It'll be to be determined. But it all depends. I'm still waiting for that shit too. But I think Houston drops a little bit because the West is always so close. Yeah. So
even last year,
there's a series of 6 or 7, 5 or 6 teams that all are within a game of each other, just like
last
4 different teams could have been anywhere from the 6 to the 9, where you're in the playoffs, you're out of the playoffs, depending on who you win.
One game.
That's how the whole West can be.
Yeah.
Granted, Golden State's going to be number 1 regardless. Yeah. Everybody else could be literally within a game of each other.
Yeah. From 2 to 8. From 2 to
8. About teams who are going to get in the playoffs, and not to mention the 9, 10, 11 seed who
would be close.
Can miss the playoffs by 2 games.
Yeah.
I think the Pelicans drop down to the 8 seed.
I think Pelicans make the playoffs no matter what.
The Pelicans make it. I think the team that drops out is Minnesota. I think Denver makes it. Who else? I think if the LA makes it, Denver makes it. 2 teams got to bounce out.
San Antonio definitely bounces out.
San Antonio
100% bounces out.
100% out. Who else is in the playoffs?
But I was saying with getting back to Rondo, I think Rondo is big for Lonzo Ball's development. I think Rondo has to be. I don't think he'll be a mentor to Lonzo, even though he would kind of. But I think he'll push Lonzo to get that mental toughness because I do feel like Lonzo's soft mentally. I think with Rondo there, he's gonna be like, "Yo, listen here, motherfucker. We're gonna teach you how to be good and be tough." Because 10, 7, and 7 is not that bad.
I think Rondo comes in and plays the KG role that played for him.
Yeah. Because even Magic Johnson said himself the starting role is up in the air. So I think that challenges Lonzo, and then Lonzo be like, all right, let me see, let me go under Rondo's wing learn from him, learn basketball
I think
from him.
they split the starting role for the majority of the year. Like, I think Rondo will start more games than Lonzo will.
So, like, 47.
I think Rondo is going to give Lonzo a little bit of that fire that KG instilled into Rondo.
Yeah. And that'd be really good for
what's
Lonzo.
really cool to see is, like, the impact these old heads have had on the players, especially,
like I never understood why
Celtics team.
I never understood, like, veteran presence until, like...
That 08 Celtics team, when you think about how important, not even just their locker room was, but how important, like, Kevin Garnett really was to that team and the influence that he had on Tony Allen, on Kendrick Perkins, where they were being brought to teams to be Kevin Garnett. Yeah. Granted, not be the player he was, but to be the presence he was. Granted, Rondo can still be Rondo.
Yeah,
Rondo was never I'm going to score 35 baskets in this, but Rondo has always been, I'm going to get you open, I'm going to do this.
I'm going to lock him down
for you. I'm going to lock him down for you. I'm going to get you the ball, and we're going to win games because I'm helping you create and, like, run this offense. Yeah. So it's going to be a different type of Kevin Garnett where it's like Lonzo really is going to learn from this, and next time he runs into Patrick Beverly, he's probably going to punch him in his face. So I don't think he gets punked anymore because Rondo's going to be punking him every day, and Lonzo's
in practice.
In practice, he's going to learn how to speak up. And once Lonzo starts to learn how to speak up, I think his game comes to him in a different way where he does become Magic Johnson.
Lonzo's kind of like Mystic Gohan before Mystic Gohan. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had so much potential, but he just didn't know how to break it out until Kami came and opened up his potential. So that's what Rondo will probably play for Lonzo. Like, that immaturity. Granted, he's 20 to 19, 20 years old, so he has a childish mindset. But I think with Rondo there, he's going to be like Kami to him. And
I see it a little bit differently. I see it as, I think this is a better one. I think Lonzo's Naruto and Rondo's Jiraiya. Okay. I think that's where it makes more sense. Where he's like, all right, instead of going away for 3 years, every practice is going to be me coming at you, making you want to hurt me, making you want to score. Get aggressive, get physical, put your body on me. Let's go work.
Yeah, Jiraiya told Naruto, bring up the nine tails and face me.
Let's make this happen. Let's get this going. I think the second Lonzo becomes more vocal, becomes a little more aggressive. Yeah. I think it's better for the team.
And he's getting a body now,
The one person who wins 100% regardless of the scenario is Kuzma. 100%.
Yeah, because he's going to get the ball. He's going to get fed.
Kuzma gets his first All-Star appearance next year.
Next year?
Not this coming season, the year after.
Yeah, his third year. Yeah.
His third year, because it'll be LeBron will be an All-Star. Whoever the next star is gets it, and Kuzma. Yeah. That's, you heard it here first.
And now I'm going to end it with this. Jello should be in the G League.
Shut the fuck
up. Yo, I love Jello. Yo, come on.
He's trash, man.
He's playing with his own age group and demolishing.
They don't play defense.
They don't play defense because Jello's too good for them.
No. Melo dropped like 45. Have you ever watched any of them? Have you ever watched any of these games?
Of course.
Guess what you see? Nobody playing defense.
The Melo is too advanced for his age. Melo's been playing kids 3, 4, 5 years older than him since he started playing basketball.
Fantastic. You know what they don't teach in high school in AAU and Lithuania?
Defense.
Real defense.
Yeah. But
who cares? Jello, I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna say what you told me.
He shouldn't be in any type of... He needs to go... If he really wants to prove
you said Real Madrid.
He can do, I think he needs to go to Madrid or Barcelona. He needs to go play
That's
in
what
a
I'm saying.
real
So
league.
I feel like after this because JBA ends late August, and then that's not when... that's the time where European basketball starts. So I think by the time the JBA is done, he goes to hopefully Real Madrid or.
And then you're going to see him kind of fade to the background because they have more talented players than him. The problem with Jello is why he's not in the G League and why he's not in the NBA and why he'll never get drafted is because it's partially his dad, but it's also he sucked in his drills. In his actual one-on-one shooting drills, he was trash. You cannot be an NBA player and not consistently knock down jump shots.
Like, this is me. Like, I'm going to compare this to me. Like, me, when I'm practicing, I'm ass. But when I'm in the game, and you can speak for this, I'm good in the game.
Great. So why am I going to put you in a game if I'm a head coach? Why the fuck am I going to put you in a game if I can't see you putting in this work in practice? And what gives me a reason to put you in a game if you can't do good in practice? Practice is where you go to hone your craft. That's where you go when you practice your plays. You practice your jump shot. Yeah. Consistency, hard work, all that stuff. If you can't do that in a fucking drill, which is how every sport gets based off of how they get drafted, How do you expect to do that in an NBA game?
But in-game shots are different than practice shots.
Great. Fantastic. Jello, there are videos of Jello in his own, with no pressure, knocking down strap-up shots. And then there are some games where Jello just doesn't hit any shots. So it's either here or there. But you put your work in practice. That's 100% the thing. But if you go to a drill that determines your future as a professional athlete and you fucking suck, do you deserve to be in any affiliate of these professional basketball?
I think he's better than some of these G League players.
I don't think he's better than the fucking Laker player who's been in the G League for 15 years.
Alex Caruso?
That homeboy who got picked up for the Lakers for that one game and then scored like 19 points in the first game? I think he busts his ass. Jello won't play any defense because never learned how to play defense, and he didn't play at a collegiate level or a real European level to really play physical defense. So he's washed up right then and there. On offense, he's a spot-up shooter. Not going to create any of his own jump shots. You know who was a great spot-up shooter in the fucking NBA? Jimmy Fredette. Fantastic. Where is he? In China. Fantastic. Great. Guess who's not allowed in China? Jello's not allowed in China. So you can't put him in any of these leagues if he doesn't put in the correct work. Granted, shooting in your backyard's cool.
And I'm going to agree with you. I think he needs to go to Europe.
That's where he needs to go. But the only thing he can do after Europe is go to the G League. That's the only door that's going to ever open up for him because NBA is out of the question.
I personally believe there's a lot of European teams better than G League teams.
Yeah, but great. But guess what league is recognized as the best league in the world? The NBA.
Then after that,
any affiliate
after NBA is literally the Spanish league, which is Spain, Barcelona.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to have the Spanish kids or the Spanish league and just put them in the G League and nobody's going to give a fuck. No, that's not gonna. That's not how that's gonna work. Like you need to have those separate entities. The G League is just a developmental league. That's all it is. They are a legitimate professional league. But guess what? The only door that's gonna open for you outside of that for him is gonna be the G League. That's the only thing. And then maybe with some hard work and some 10-day contracts, he'll be able to get to the NBA. But I do never see him in the NBA ever. He will never make it there. Sorry to hurt your little trash man heart, but he is not going to make it to the NBA.
So you think Melo
he's a solid kid, but he just doesn't have what is in him. He is going to be the one son that doesn't make the NBA. I think Melo makes it.
Do you think Melo goes top 5?
No.
No?
No. I think Melo goes second round.
Really? Because I think Melo is a better ball handler and shooter than Lonzo.
I don't think he's a better ball handler. Shooter, definitely. I think both of their jump shots are fucking hideous, but
And I think Melo definitely has better passes than Lonzo, I think. When it comes to driving.
So I think Lonzo's better at initiating an offense. I think Lonzo's going to lead the league in hockey assists, where it's like the pass.
You get like half the
pass to the pass to the shot.
Yeah.
Lonzo's going to start that first pass that strings together and creates the offense. And that's intangible. That's something that doesn't get seen on a scorecard. Melo will probably get more assists in his career. Actually no, because Lonzo already has 7 assists. But I think Melo will be the better scorer of the two. I don't see him being a point guard. I see him being a real 2.
Because he's 16, going on 17. I think
he's already 6'6".
Yeah, and he's gonna get taller.
But he's also just like a scrawny little bitch.
I mean, come on. Like Jello just started bulking up. He's 19, 20.
Yeah, but Jello also kind of was like chunky.
Yeah.
So it's different. Like he had a body. He had a body.
He had a beefy body.
He had a beefy body. Now he's like kind of bulking up. But Melo, he's got to play against some real adults. He should go to. I think Melo would be more likely to go to a higher profile European team than Jello would. I think Melo would be the guy.
So I would say Jello to like the Turkish league and then Melo to the Spanish league.
Absolutely. I think that's where it would go. And then Melo will probably get drafted out of the Spanish team. And Jello will kind of be sitting there for a while, collecting paychecks and maybe going to the G League.
Yeah, because you can still make millions in Europe. Let's not get that
No.
People don't understand that.
It's just the level of talent is different. It's not NBA level talent. That's
like
why
they say like a max contract in Europe is $8 million. Because you only pay 35 games a year.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Like, if you have an opportunity to go play professionally in Europe, go ahead and get your money. Especially if you know you're not ready for the NBA. It's a good way to toughen you up. And you play against grown men and sometimes kids.
Who are good.
Sometimes kids. Like, Ricky Rubio was playing professionally at 13.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic was playing.
Not 14.
Yeah. So, like, there's still ways to go. I think Melo will be more likely to get drafted out of Europe than Jello will. I think Jello will probably never get drafted, never play for the NBA.
But he can't get drafted anymore.
No, he can't. But, like, his only way to the NBA, I think, is through the G League. I don't think anybody's going to work him out to play it.
Yeah.
He's done. He's washed. He needs to go play overseas. Yeah. That's going to be his career.
I can agree with that, then.
Yeah, because there's no way he should be playing in the G League at all.
All right. And so, really quick before we got to end this, next week we're having a stream. Usually we do it every 2 weeks, but in 2 weeks we have something to do. Next week we're going to have an extremely fun stream with Dylan's friend Tyler, right? Hunter, sorry.
White boy Hunter. He's the king of fucking trolling in Celtics Twitter, so I get to talk to him about Yabu's ass, because Boston Celtics Twitter is freaking out about how thick Yabu's fucking butt is. So
they're gonna talk their football stuff, but we're definitely
more than it's gonna be basketball. Hunter's in the basketball.
So 100%, we're definitely gonna do our all-time fantasy team, 1 through 15, and I'm gonna say it now. I want to do it 17.
Okay, that's the deal. That's the deal.
So
we're gonna do through
I'm gonna have Hunter do first.
Hunter, me, you, me, Hunter.
Exactly.
You,
so I'm gonna do it like that.
We're gonna do it that way. Still probably gonna be all basketball next week because football is really nothing going on right now.
But when football happens, we'll probably have special guests because I know almost little to none about football besides Green Bay Packers. Yeah,
I can speak to football. I can speak to the league. But maybe we'll do a top 10 all dime piece next week. Who's the best looking guys ever played in the NBA? I'm
Kelly Oubre's up there.
No, he's not. Get the fuck out of here. Carmelo Anthony definitely is on there. Carmelo Anthony's one of the best looking players in the NBA. No, he's just Dominican.
He has nice eyes.
He's just Dominican as fuck. He's just exotic. That's all he is. He's just got weird ears. He looks like a fucking sock monkey. But I think that's it for everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Grandma, Dylan Barreto, Muslim Goku, the Trash Man. We're out of here.
Peace.